HighLevel is one of the fastest growing CRM and marketing platforms in the entire world. Many business owners swear by it as their all-in-one system for websites, funnels, email, texting, scheduling, and more. In this video, we'll walk through its core features, we'll talk about its pricing and its pros and its cons, but before we do, there's something pretty important we need to talk about. When you watch reviews or tutorials of HighLevel, the community is highly incentivized to make you use that particular platform. Influencers earn a 40% commission when they sell you the platform. But on top of it, if they sell the platform to an agency and the agency then sells the platform to you, then they earn a second tier of commissions. They earn an additional 5%. But on top of all of that, you can also purchase HighLevel, white label it as your own software, and then resell it to other people. So I could buy HighLevel, relabel it to Dan's super awesome marketing platform, and go off and sell that as if it were my own. This can add a ton of value, especially if I combine it with other services or product offerings that I have, or maybe I want to niche down and I want to make the best software for plumbers or for HVAC. But it can also lead to a lot of people without any experience in software convincing you that their platform is the best. So this just serves as a reminder to be a bit of a skeptic. There's a lot of videos out there promising you can go from $0 to $100,000 of recurring revenue a month. And while that's possible, take everything with a grain of salt. So in this video, I really want to focus on the value that this can provide to the actual end customer, not the people who are reselling it. So because of that, even though normally I would offer an affiliate link in my videos in the description, I'm not going to just because there's way too much hype about this particular product. If you do find this content useful, check out our other reviews and comparisons over on our website at softwarefinds.com. So let's dive into the product features. You can feel free to jump around to different sections as it's most important to you. HighLevel includes a built-in website and funnel builder. It's a drag and drop editor with templates for both simple landing pages and multi-page sites. The builder supports custom domains and basic SEO features, as well as blogging if you're planning on building a content engine around it. Now, many marketing platforms have both automations and landing pages, and they keep these kind of as separate features. But tools like HighLevel have something they call funnels, essentially a sequence of pages designed to guide a visitor towards a particular outcome, such as making a booking, a purchase, or opting into a list. Unlike a traditional website with multiple paths, funnels are streamlined. A typical flow might start with a landing page and a form, followed by a thank you page with a booking link, and optionally an upsell or a next step. HighLevel tracks each stage so that users can see where visitors drop off and where they convert. When it comes to forms and surveys, they can be embedded on HighLevel pages or on external websites. They allow conditional logic, you can capture data directly into the CRM, and they can be deployed in different ways such as pop-ups. Forms can also be tied to automations, such as sending different follow-up sequences based on how someone answers. You can also inject a chat widget that lets your team follow up via SMS or email, engage in a live chat, two-way conversation, or integrate via WhatsApp. Many businesses will use HighLevel as their main website platform. Others prefer to keep their own standalone website and embed HighLevel forms or calendars for lead capture. HighLevel also provides its own managed WordPress hosting if you want the benefits of WordPress and dealing with a single vendor. At the core of HighLevel is its CRM, which acts as a database for all of your leads and customers. Every form fill, chat, call, or manual entry creates or updates a contact record. Each record includes fields, notes, tags, and a timeline of all communications. HighLevel allows users to customize fields and segment contacts with tags or dynamic smart lists. Smart lists automatically update when a contact meets certain conditions, such as filling out a form or booking an appointment, making it easier to send targeted campaigns. Each contact has a timeline view where emails, texts, calls, and notes are logged. This unified history reduces the need to jump between platforms to piece together communication records. The CRM also supports bulk actions like sending an email or a text blast to a selected group. This can be useful for announcements or limited time offers, though it does require careful use to avoid spamming your customers. HighLevel includes tools to manage deals and track progress through customizable pipelines. The interface is similar to other CRMs, with a Kanban-style board for moving opportunities from stage to stage. Users can create one or more pipelines to match their sales process, and each opportunity can have an assigned value, probability, and expected close date, allowing for basic forecasting. Opportunities are tied to your contacts in the CRM. Moving them between stages can be done manually or through automation rules. For example, an opportunity could advance automatically when a payment is recorded or when an appointment is completed. Within opportunities, users can create tasks such as follow-up calls or reminders. These tasks help ensure that leads don't stall in the pipeline, though the task management features are relatively simple compared to a dedicated project management tool. HighLevel generates funnel reports showing conversion rates between stages and overall pipeline value. This helps identify where leads are bottled or dropping off. Reports are functional but might not offer quite the same level of customization that larger sales teams might expect. HighLevel also provides a mobile app that mirrors most of the CRM functionality, allowing users to view and respond to contacts on the go. For service businesses with staff in the field, this ensures leads and customer messages don't sit idle until someone's back at their desk. HighLevel includes its own built-in scheduling tools so that you can replace standalone services like Calendly. Users can create calendars for individuals, teams, or services and share booking links or embed them from a website. Calendars can be configured with availability, buffer times, and meeting lengths. Customers book directly into open slots, and appointments can be synced with Google or Outlook calendars to avoid double booking. Reminders can be sent via email or SMS to reduce no-shows. For businesses with multiple staff, you can use round-robin scheduling, assigning appointments to available team members in a rotation. Group sessions, such as webinars or classes, can also be scheduled within the platform. Calendars can be linked to payment collection, requiring customers to pay a fee or a deposit at the time of their booking. This can be useful if you want to reduce no-shows or charge for consultations. Bookings can also tie into workflows. For example, a new appointment can move a contact to a different pipeline stage, send reminders, or notify staff. Cancellations can trigger follow-ups or rescheduling. If your business is active on social media, you can use HighLevel's Social Media Planner to schedule your posts across Facebook, Instagram, Google Business Profile, and TikTok. The overall goal is to provide a basic replacement for tools like Buffer or Hootsuite without ever leaving the platform. You can draft posts with text, images, or video and place them on a calendar view. Posts can be scheduled in advance or set up with recurring time slots. You'll also get access to a library of pre-built industry templates, or you can build your own with AI. Posts can go through an approval workflow, which is useful for teams that want to have a review step before actually publishing. And you'll be able to get basic engagement metrics such as likes, comments, and shares, which will all be pulled back into the platform. This can help you monitor performance trends but aren't super detailed. HighLevel also gives you multiple tools to be able to capture payments and deliver digital products. You can connect Stripe or PayPal to accept payments directly through HighLevel. Payment forms can be added to funnels or calendars, allowing deposits or fees at the time of booking. It also supports creating invoices and estimates, which can be sent to clients by email with a payment link. These features cover basic billing needs but aren't quite as advanced as dedicated accounting software. You can also build your own lightweight e-commerce store. It allows small catalogs of products or services with order tracking and some basic inventory management. This is more suited to service businesses that sell just a few products rather than full-scale retail. Integrations with Facebook, Shopify, and WooCommerce are available for those needing broader reach. A membership module lets businesses create gated areas for online courses, digital products, or client portals. Content can be structured into lessons or modules with options for videos, PDFs, and quizzes. Communities, similar to your own private forums, can also be set up for member interaction. Access can be tied to payments, so customers who purchase a course or a subscription are automatically granted entry. After selling products and services to your customers, you're going to want to ask them for reviews. You can aggregate reviews from sites like Google and Facebook into a single feed. Users can read and respond to reviews directly from the dashboard. It's also easy to send automated review requests via email or SMS, triggered after an appointment or a purchase. Positive reviews can be displayed on your website using a HighLevel widget. Through a partnership with Yext, HighLevel offers online listings management. This allows you to update your listing information and hours across multiple directories from a single interface. It ensures consistency, though it might require an additional subscription depending on your plan. HighLevel lets you create really robust workflow automations. You can build workflows from scratch, use existing templates, or even have AI generate one for you. The structure is pretty similar to Zapier. Every workflow starts with a trigger and then carries out one or more actions. You get a really wide range of triggers, more than most built-in automation tools. These can be based on customer activity, such as calls, texts, emails, or reviews. This can also come from bookings in the scheduling tool, changes to deals in your pipeline, affiliate sales, or course progress like when someone completes a lesson. Payment events such as invoices generated, refunds issued, or successful payments collected can also serve as triggers. There are integrations for external tools like Shopify, as well as phone tree or IVR events that customers can interact with. Once a workflow is triggered, you have a number of different actions as well. Common ones include sending emails or text messages or voicemail drops, creating or updating contact records, adding or removing tags, and moving deals to different stages in your pipeline. You can assign tasks to team members, add delays or conditional logic, and update calendars with new appointments. More advanced actions include firing off webhooks, integrating with external apps, or adjusting memberships or course access based on progress or payments. If you need even more power in your automations, you can connect HighLevel to other tools such as N8N or Zapier. Okay, next let's talk about pricing. And pricing is something pretty unique when it comes to HighLevel. So right off the bat, there are 3 different core plans that you can be on. You'll notice a couple different things. For one, there is no free plan. You can have a 14-day free trial to check out the functionality before you actually commit. And the entry plan, their starter plan, has really the vast majority of the core functionality that you'll need. And so it's not like you have this teeny tiny plan and then you have to upgrade and you keep upgrading and it gets more and more expensive. That's how a lot of other SaaS platforms work, but it's not quite the same here. So I typically think about the starter plan as what works for most service-based businesses. You get the core of the functionality right here at your fingertips for that $97 a month. The unlimited plan I would describe as mostly for marketing agencies. And that's because this is where you get access to unlimited sub-accounts. So that means you get everything in the starter plan, but now you can have different clients underneath you that you're managing. Now, what's different from a lot of other marketing automation platforms is they're typically charging you based on the number of contacts that you have in your database that you're marketing to. And that's not how it works here. You get unlimited contacts. And also, if you compare to like a HubSpot, you're typically, with HubSpot, being charged individual user licenses. So if you have 10 people on your team, you're paying for a license for each individual person. Again, that's a huge value add of HighLevel. You're not being charged for each individual user. Now, we talked briefly about the starter and the unlimited plan. The agency plan is really if you're going to do that SaaS model. If you have an idea to, say, add services or intellectual property on top, and you want to relabel this, white label this as your own platform, then you're going to want to be on this most expensive plan. So in a way, the pricing is relatively easy to understand. But on the other hand, in my opinion, the pricing isn't very transparent. You have to do a lot of digging to really understand fully how the pricing works. So for example, right now I'm on the HighLevel support page that talks about pricing, where we can actually see these 3 plans and see the actual included features. If I go to the main pricing page of HighLevel, I only see 2 of those plans. I don't even see the 3rd plan. In addition, this is a very abstract summary of the features. And if I scroll down, I don't see the features being linked anywhere to really talk more in depth about what exactly you're paying for. And here's another thing. In the FAQ, what plans do you offer? We have 3 plans. Plan number 1, starter account, agency starter, and plan number 2, agency unlimited at $497. Well, as we see here, it's the unlimited that's $297 and pro, which is $497. So it's very rare in my mind that a company doesn't keep their pricing page updated with the latest information. But here's the biggest part that drives me crazy about how they display their pricing on the website. Let's take a look at a totally different marketing automation solution, nothing to do with HighLevel. This is MailChimp. And typically with marketing automation, like we talked about, you put in a number of contacts, and then you might have to put in something like the number of SMS credits you need or emails that you need or something like that. And whenever you update these amounts, that's going to change your pricing because they're going to charge you more money based on your usage of that platform. Now, in HighLevel, you have this agency wallet where you're constantly being invoiced for these credits for things like email and phone and SMS and AI features. And I'm not upset that they're charging for this functionality. If you're sending out 10,000 emails a day or 100,000 emails a day versus 5 emails a day, that's a huge difference in infrastructure costs. But if you want to be transparent with your customers about what they're actually paying for, that's really not the vibe that I get from looking at the pricing page. Now, aside from the transparency considerations, the good part is that you're working with a single vendor, and you're still going to see a lot more value. So for example, if you tried to buy the same MailChimp plan just for sending emails, that's going to cost you a lot more. You're still paying a lot less relatively by using this all-in-one platform with HighLevel. But on top of the communication upcharges, there's some additional ones as well. Things like paying more for premium triggers and actions within workflows. If you want to use WhatsApp, you're being charged per sub account. If you want a branded client portal mobile app, you're going to be paying for each one of those. For the AI agents, you're either paying fractionally per unit or you pay an upcharge of $97 a month. If you want to use Google's autocomplete functionality for addresses. So as you can see, there's just like a lot of potential additional things that you might or might not be paying extra for. And if you end up buying from a SaaS reseller, they also give them the functionality to be able to upcharge on some of those transactional costs. So HighLevel charges a certain amount to be able to send emails, and then they might add markup to that to charge you even more. And I'm not inherently against this, but if you are that end customer, that service-based business, it's just important to know that you have the options of going direct with HighLevel yourself or going with a reseller, and so you want to weigh those options out. The last thing that I'll mention when it comes to pricing is there are some features that aren't really listed in the pricing page that are still being restricted to some of the higher pricing plans. So for example, custom objects. Let's say that you're in real estate and you want to be able to track properties. Well, that would be a great use case for a custom object, but you can only use that on the most expensive plan. The reason this doesn't make sense to me is if you are that real estate agency and you want to purchase directly from HighLevel, you think you should be able to start on the starter plan, and instead you have to go up to the most expensive tier if you want to use custom objects. Same thing with custom dashboards. You get one custom dashboard if you're on the $297 plan, and then you can have unlimited if you're on the $497 plan. So those are two examples that I think are pretty important to a lot of small business owners that kind of hide in the background here of the pricing structure. Now, before we review who HighLevel is a good fit for, I do want to talk about the product development. HighLevel is so unique compared to almost all of its peers. They move at such a frenetic pace. They are constantly building. They are constantly adding new features. And this is an amazing thing for you to be able to get all of this functionality out of the platform. If you follow along in their Facebook group, they have over 100,000 people in that group, and they're constantly creating new videos to showcase these new features and get feedback all the time. And so you'll see as you're operating in the platform that some bugs pop up, and you can go and get them fixed and talk in the community and all that kind of stuff. But it's just important to be aware, is your company looking for stability? In which case, you're looking for a company that moves slower but is more stable? Or are you looking to get the latest features, but you might have things break every once in a while? Really, it just comes down to what's the right fit for your company. So who is HighLevel a great fit for? If you're a service-based business and you're reliant on a steady stream of leads and referrals and appointments, this is going to be awesome for you. Think local contractors, med spas, dentists, gyms, consultants, coaches. These businesses benefit from having funnels, scheduling, text and email follow-ups, and review generation all tied together in a single platform. For you, HighLevel can probably replace 5 or 6 different subscriptions that you have and provide a faster turnaround for your leads. Also, if you're a coach or a consultant, you want to dabble in online sales or memberships, like offering a course or selling digital resources, making a client portal, then this is going to be a great fit without having to use different platforms. And the message I just want to be clear about is that HighLevel delivers so much value, so many different resources for just that single subscription. Yes, you have to pay for usage of certain features, but you're still saving so much money month over month. Now, who is HighLevel probably not the best fit for? If you're a business basically just using spreadsheets, you just need a simple CRM, you need maybe some simple email marketing. If you don't need all of the bells and whistles, then this might not be the right solution. If your operation doesn't run on appointments, follow-ups, automated workflows, then a lot of this platform is going to be unused. Retail businesses with large product catalogs are probably going to outgrow some of the e-commerce capabilities, and companies with big cross-functional teams might find limitations using an all-in-one platform. If you're a busy business owner and you don't really have the time or interest to learn the system, and if you don't have the budget to pay someone to set it up, then you might struggle with some of the platform's scope. HighLevel really rewards those who are willing to invest in setup and automation design, but it's not really the right choice if you just want a lightweight plug-and-play tool. And finally, if you find yourself using a best-of-breed approach where you're pairing the best CRM with the best project management tool with the best bookkeeping tool, then this all-in-one platform approach probably isn't going to work well. Because ultimately, HighLevel has awesome breadth of features, but sometimes the depth has certain areas where you might be looking for other platforms that you can plug in instead. If after watching this video, you're still not quite sure what the right platform is for you, check out our website at softwarefinds.com, where we have lots of other reviews and comparisons.